You know that moment in every courtroom drama where some doctor in a fancy suit struts up to the stand and suddenly the whole case flips? That is an expert witness. And no, they do not work for free just because they like the smell of justice. Expert witnesses are basically hired brains. Lawyers bring them in to explain the boring science stuff like why your neck still hurts 2 years after a fender bender, in a way a jury of regular folks can actually understand. Here is the twist nobody warned you about. These experts do not testify out of the goodness of their hearts. They charge by the hour, and those hours add up faster than a toddler's tantrum in a grocery store. A basic medical expert might charge somewhere between $300 and $600 an hour just to review your file. That is before they even open their mouth in court. If your case needs someone fancier, like an accident reconstruction specialist who rebuilds the crash using computer models, you could be looking at costs from $5,000 all the way up to $25,000 total. Yes, that is one expert, one case. You might be thinking, why does explaining a broken bone cost more than a used car? Because these folks spent decades in school, and their time testifying is time they are not spending doing their actual day job. Here is where the confusion usually kicks in. People assume the injured person pays these fees straight out of pocket before the case even starts, and that myth stops a lot of people from even calling a lawyer. In most accident injury cases, especially ones handled on contingency, the law firm actually fronts these expert costs. They pay up front, then get reimbursed later out of the settlement or verdict. Think of it like a restaurant that lets you eat now and pay after you get your paycheck, except the paycheck is your settlement and the meal is a forensic economist explaining your lost wages. It sounds strange, but it is standard practice. Now let us talk about why these expenses actually matter to your case. A well-chosen expert can be the difference between an insurance company offering you a lowball $5,000 and a jury awarding $200,000. Insurance companies have their own experts too, and they are not shy about spending money to make your injury look smaller than it is. So your side needs firepower that matches theirs, otherwise it is like bringing a butter knife to a sword fight. Sometimes a case only needs one expert, like a treating physician explaining your injury. Other times, especially in serious accidents, you might need 3 or 4, covering medicine, economics, and even vocational rehabilitation. Here is a lesson worth remembering without turning it into a lecture. Choosing a lawyer who understands which experts are actually worth the investment matters just as much as choosing the right doctor for your recovery. The scary number game around expert witness fees is exactly why solid legal representation and preparation change outcomes so much. It is not about spending the most money, it is about spending it wisely on the right expert at the right moment. So next time someone tells you injury cases are just paperwork and phone calls, remind them there's a whole hidden economy of experts working behind the scenes. Want to learn more about how this all works for your situation? Check out our links in the description to learn more about our company.